Good. He taught me the fighting, so really grateful.
No,
Thank you.
Jazakallah, bro. Know that there's going to be many people who would say that, for example, you don't need religion to have community. So, what in your study, for example, do you not find a similar sense of community there?
Yeah, of course, but then it's with drugs or like other external objects with your happiness. Then you have to party or something. But I also didn't really teach me about purpose or being a man, or, for example. I felt a bit lost in life. I still feel sometimes.
Come towards Islam a little bit, or at least read into it?
Yeah, my friend, he showed me some YouTube videos, like Muslim spoken words. But we also, we're in our puberty, we're starting to think a lot about the meaning of life. And then I thought, yeah, maybe he's right or thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I looked up to him a bit.
We're back with another episode. I'm with a friend of mine, Pepijn. Really strong wrestler, strong guy from the Netherlands. How are you doing, brother?
Good. He taught me the fighting, so really grateful.
No,
Thank you.
Jazakallah, bro. Lovely to always train with you. So naturally, yeah, we're here just to discuss a little bit about it's the month of Ramadan, and from what I understand, you've been practicing a little bit and also just reading into Islam. And for me, as a guy who's grown up as a Muslim, but we're obviously here in the beautiful Netherlands, there's a lot of people who don't really have religion in their everyday lives. So just talk to me a little bit about your journey into that. Also, of course, introduce yourself and any comments that you'd like to make.
Yeah. So I'm Pepijn. I'm from the Netherlands. I've been raised atheist, so like no religion. But then I had a friend who was Muslim, and he introduced me to Islam. And now I'm learning about religion and also Islam. Like this morning I was in the church, but sometimes on Friday I'm in the mosque. I'm just learning, I'm curious about religion in general.
And if you talk to your friends and stuff like that, do you have, because obviously this used to be a Christian country, do you have friends who maybe talk to you about church and stuff like that as well?
Yeah, I have some Christian friends, but I also make jokes a bit about religion because I'm not really. I think it's important to keep making some jokes, to not believe this is the right one thing. But it also is nice, I think, to have a dedication to our religion. It brings community feeling, and to believe there's one truth. It can be nice, but I am not there yet. I have to explore first what I want to believe.
No, nice. And but do you find? So obviously religion is a very it's a very specific thing. But obviously you can find community in other places. Like we, for example, we're training inside. Like we build a community there from martial arts. But do you think that you find a different type of community, or is it maybe? Obviously, people here are quite independent. Is that what you mean? That maybe there's not that type of community, or just help me understand that a little bit.
Yeah, I think martial arts, for example, is also a community. But I always feel a little bit of emptiness without a higher power or a god or religion. Because, example, in martial arts, not really martial arts, but in sports, there's a lot of ego, I think. And it's about me, and there's no really higher power, and it's a bit individual. And I like the collective of religion, like the collectiveness.
I guess I'm just, because I already know that there's going to be many people who would say that, for example, you don't need religion to have community. So what, like in your daily life, like for example, maybe with your friends, if you meet up on a weekend, or I'm just trying to think outside of sports, or in your study, for example, do you not find a similar sense of community there?
Yeah, of course, but then it's with drugs or like other external objects with your happiness. Then you have to party or something. But with religion, it's more internally happiness and brings more joy, I think. Like real peace, happiness, not external. I don't really know how to explain, but it's a different feeling. Yeah.
Well, I think you've explained fairly well. Do you think that you have, were you raised with the idea of purpose in your life? Like, do you think that you were raised with like an idea that you have a meaning and a goal?
No, not really. My father also didn't really teach me about purpose or being a man, or, for example. I felt a bit lost in life. I still feel sometimes. Yeah, and that's also religion can bring a purpose or more meaning to your life. So
Well, you're getting stronger by the day. This guy works out like a demon. But I think, but what about, for example, like some people find meaning in their work? You know what I mean? So like some people, if you ask them who they are, what they do, very often they're finding meaning in their colleagues, in their work, in their, someone has an aim to buy a house, someone wants to have kids, someone wants a nice car. But you're saying that that's not really something that immediately, instinctively has popped up in your head, or?
yeah, that's also good. Work can bring purpose, but I think it's also because work can bring connection,
Yeah.
verbinding, a connection. And also I think God wants us to connect and to work together. It's a bit more the Christian perspective, maybe,
Yeah.
where but also a Muslim, we are human beings. We have to work together.
Yeah.
I think helping someone else is really where God also comes in or something.
And of course, we know from a scientific perspective that whenever we do things for other people, it makes us feel good as well.
Yeah.
But a nice thing, at least, again, I'm pretty sure it's similar. You find similar quotes in other places. But I know in the Quran, for example, it says that for every person, there's a goal that dominates him or her. And like the verse exactly says, compete. Everyone has a goal that dominates them, and that you should compete with one another in good works. So, you know, whether you're chasing that feeling of happiness from helping other people, from being just working on yourself, that will be your goal. And obviously, there's an idea that as a collective mankind, we should always be trying to help one another. And I think as well, you know, you've probably seen it in your own life. You don't need to be religious to be a good person. There's obviously good people who are not. But is that something that stuck out to you about your friend, like his example, that made you come towards Islam a little bit, or at least read into it?
Yeah, my friend, he showed me some YouTube videos, like Muslim spoken words, and but we also, we're in our puberty, we're starting to think a lot about the meaning of life, and then he introduced me to, what was your question exactly? Yeah, sorry.
Sorry, yeah, I went on a bit, look, but I was just like kind of saying that, do you find a sense of, did your friend's example, did his example help you see like that you want to be a good person and stuff like that?
Not really. I think he was a good person, but he was not like extremely helpful or something.
Oh, okay.
But he got some rest in him, and he always debated with me, and then he always won the debates because he was smarter and he was religious and he had a better way of communicating. And then I thought, yeah, maybe he's right, or I was thinking,
Yeah.
I looked up to him a bit. Or
No, but that's really nice, right? So you have a spark as to why you care about it. Because my point earlier was that a lot of people will immediately say that you don't need religion to be a good person, and that's what I was trying to say, that you can obviously find good people everywhere. That was my point.
Yeah, but then the philosophical question comes: what is a good person?
Yeah.
But we can think about this for hours.
Yeah. Okay. Should we?
Yeah, we should. Thank you.
Thank you so much,
listening.
and hopefully we'll sit down with Pepijn longer, because you've been fasting, or you've tried it at least, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to prolong the fasting. So now I usually fast until 3, and then
Nice.
next week till 4, and then maybe at the end I do a full day Ramadan.
Inshallah.
Inshallah.
Peace. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you.
Shukran.
Peace, bro. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Nice, man. That was cool.